This exercise of physical pressure is called head down. Now this is one of those exercises that we use that has a little bit of a different verbal cue. We actually say the word head down as we're doing this. It's not going to be like the cluck or the kiss or the whoa. There are just such a wide variety of verbal cues that we use, and this is one that's kind of an exception. You don't use it a whole lot, but it comes in handy in several occasions. Probably the biggest thing that this is going to help us out with is bridling our horse, especially if you have a big horse like Shire. She's 16.3 hands, and you know, when we put a bridle on her, she can get her head so high that it's almost impossible to reach for most people. So when we bring the head down into an acceptable form, into a frame here, a little lower to our level, we can easily put a bridle on the horse properly without having to jam it in and cause more problems by banging the teeth and the mouth. So the way that this one works is pretty simple. There are actually two big muscles on the lateral sides of this neck here, just right behind the halter, real large muscles. And if my arm were her neck, I'm going to bring my hand up and it's going to be flat when I first start. We always start with all training as gentle as possible, and then we go to as firm as necessary incrementally. So if this is her neck, I'm going to bring my hand down flat and say head down. Now if she doesn't comply, if she doesn't do anything, I'm going to start closing my fingers and my thumb together on each side of those muscles and just cause a pinching effect on each side of the neck. And it creates a sense of not feeling good, right? So it gives her purpose of moving the head down. Again, as soon as she brings that head down, I release and I take my hand off. So here's what it looks like. I'm going to hold my rope here just so that if she walks away or moves away, I can control the feet. I'm going to bring my hand up, flat. I'm going to say head down. And I'm just touching the hair on the mane. I'm not pushing. You don't want to push the horse's head. See, that creates resistance in the horse. Okay, it's really just impossible to push the horse's head down. So we have to use this squeezing effect to be able to get the correct response. So head down. Now here comes my fingers. They're closing. They're closing. Head down. They're closing. Head down. And I release. I take my hand off of the horse the moment she gets it right. So I'm going to come back up again. I'm going to touch, head down, closing the hands, and release. So whenever I'm putting this bridle on, I'm going to have my hand and my arm over this same location of where my hand would have been during training, holding the bit here, raising the headstall up and the bit into the mouth. All right, and at the same time, I can always use my arm to create that same pressure here on the back of the neck to lower the head. So that concept or that exercise is called head down with physical pressure.